The air is crisp, autumn clean, the kind that makes you want to linger. A man mows the grass outside a supermarket in Wheaton, Maryland. The ordinary rhythm of a Tuesday afternoon, the roar of the lawnmower, the smell of cut grass. Then, a sound like a firecracker, sharp and out of place. He stumbles, falls. People in the parking lot freeze, confused, looking around. There is no shouting, no screeching tires, just a man on the ground and a spreading silence where the mower's roar used to be. 5 days later, in a parking lot in Aspen Hill, a man loading shopping bags into his car drops. A single shot, panicked now, raw and screaming. People duck behind cars. Where did it come from? They scan the trees, the buildings, but see nothing. The horizon offers no answers. The following day, a taxicab idles at a stoplight in Washington, D.C. His passenger, a 72-year-old man, slumps against the window. The driver turns, sees the hole, the blood. He looks frantically out his windows. The light is still red. The shooter is a ghost. This was the beginning. October 2002. The capital region of the United States, the very seat of global power, was under a siege it could not comprehend. A perimeter was being drawn by an invisible gunman. The calls to 911 were fractured, hysterical. My husband's been shot. There's a man down. We don't see anyone. The crime scenes were pristine, forensically barren. A shell casing, always a .2 to 3, left like a taunting signature. No footprints, no fibers, no useful surveillance footage. Just a high-velocity bullet arriving from a void. The fear was chemical, seeping into the groundwater of daily life. Gas stations became terraces of terror. School football games were canceled. People ran in zigzags to their mailboxes. The sound of a car backfiring would send a whole street diving for cover. The media named it, gave the fear a shape, the Beltway sniper. In a high-ceilinged, fluorescent-lit situation room at the FBI's Strategic Information and Operations Center in Washington, a map of the D.C. metro area was plastered with red pins. Each pin was a shooting. They formed a chaotic, terrifying constellation across Maryland, Virginia, and the district. Agents, their shirt sleeves rolled, ties loose, stared at the pattern, willing it to speak. There was no pattern. The victims were men, women, black, white, Hispanic, young, old. The only connection was the mundane act of living, filling a tank, walking into a store, sitting on a bench. The lead investigator, an ASA named Mike, a man with the weary eyes of a veteran, would later say the room felt thick with a kind of desperate static. We were chasing a shadow, he said, a shadow with a rifle. The press conferences grew more tense. Politicians demanded answers. The parents of children kept indoors begged for them. The task force, a sprawling beast of FBI, ATF, U.S. Marshals, and state and local police, was drowning in tips. Over 100,000 would flood in and starving for a lead. Then, a break, or what felt like one, a tarot card is found. Not at a shooting scene, but in a wooded area in Ashland, Virginia, near a restaurant where 2 people had been shot. It's the death card. On it, a scribbled message. For you, Mr. Police, call me God. The room silences when the photo comes in. It's theatrical, demonic. Is it a hoax? Is it real? The handwriting is analyzed. The card dusted. It feels like a communication, a crack in the void, but it leads nowhere. It deepens the mystery instead of solving it. The snipers are communicating. They have a theology. This isn't just killing, it's a performance. The atmosphere in the command post shifts from investigative frustration to a colder, more profound dread. We're not just looking for a shooter, Mike muttered to his lead profiler, a woman named Carla who had seen the worst of human obsession. We're looking for an audience. The shootings continue. A 13-year-old boy struck in the chest outside his school. The sound of that shot, the collective scream of children, broke something in the region's spirit. Now, it was children. The sniper was escalating, tightening the screw of fear. Then, a second message, left at a shooting scene in a sealed plastic bag. A letter, rambling, accusatory, demanding $10 million. We are God. Your children are not safe anywhere at any time. The demand for money changes the calculus. It introduces a thread, however fragile. The task force sets up a crisis negotiation unit. They try to establish a line of communication through notes left at designated drop points. The snipers respond, but erratically. They call a priest hotline. They leave messages. The voice on the recordings is chillingly calm. Male, with a cadence that some agents later described as almost rehearsed, like he's enjoying the sound of his own directives. He says, your incompetence has cost you 5 lives. The negotiation is a macabre dance, but it creates pulses on the radar. Each communication is a risk for the shooters. They have to stop. They have to use a phone, and they do. On October 19th, a man walks into a liquor store in Ashland, Virginia, and is shot in the stomach. He survives. Crucially, a witness sees a white box truck speeding away. The description goes out, white Chevrolet Astrovan or box truck. Possible ladder rack. It becomes the mantra. Every officer, every citizen, is looking for a white box truck. The tip lines are jammed with sightings. It feels like the net is closing. The task force pivots hard, saturating the highways with rolling roadblocks, stopping every white van in the mid-Atlantic. The tension in the command room is now a razor's edge. They have a vehicle, they have a voice. They have a geographic area that's tightening with each shooting, moving south down the I-95 corridor. The snipers are mobile, but they are leaving a wake. The shadow is beginning to have an outline. But the white van is a phantom. It's a red herring, a collective illusion born of trauma and suggestion. While thousands of officers are fixated on box trucks, the real vehicle is something else entirely. A 1990 Chevrolet Caprice, dark blue, with New Jersey plates. It's a sleeper, a car so ordinary it is invisible, and in its trunk, a hole has been carefully carved, a firing port. A man could lie in that trunk, unseen, and fire a bullet with near-perfect accuracy. The shooters are not in a conspicuous van. They are in the car next to you at the stoplight, in the parking space 3 spots over. They are hidden in the most obvious place of all, plain sight. On October 22nd, a tips line receives a call. A man says he saw the sniper. He describes, in detail, the blue Caprice at a rest stop near the scene of the latest shooting in Maryland. He even provides a partial license plate (NDA). The call is logged, categorized. In the avalanche of white van tips, it is a single data point among thousands. It doesn't scream for attention. It waits. The next night, a call comes in to the task force command post. It's from a truck driver, parked at a rest area off I-70 in Frederick County, Maryland. He's been listening to the news. He sees a dark blue car, a Chevrolet, with New Jersey plates. The occupants are sleeping inside. It looks suspicious. He reads the full plate number to the dispatcher. The dispatcher runs it. The system flags it. The car is registered to a John Allen Muhammad. A search of his name reveals an Army veteran, a trained marksman, and he has an associate, a younger man, Lee Boyd Malvo. The dispatcher's voice tightens. She patches the call directly to the command post. In the dim, screen-lit room, an agent grabs the printout. He cross-references it with the tip from the previous day. The partial plate matches NDA. This is it. We have a positive ID on a vehicle at the I-70 rest stop. Blue Caprice. Plates match a person of interest, requesting immediate SWAT and containment. The order is given. Clipped. In the room, there is no celebration, only a sudden, hyper-focused silence. This is the most dangerous moment. If they are wrong, it's a catastrophic embarrassment. If they are right, the suspects are cornered, armed, and proven to be ruthlessly efficient killers. The rest area is plunged into a silence that feels louder than any siren. SWAT teams, clad in black, move like shadows between the parked tractor trailers. Their red laser sights cut through the pre-dawn gloom, painting dots on the windows of the dark blue Caprice. Inside, 2 figures are asleep. At 3:19 a.m., a voice booms from a bullhorn, shattering the quiet. FBI. Hands on the dashboard. Now, the car jerks. For a second, nothing happens. Then, slowly, the driver's side window rolls down.